We begin tonight with a solemn anniversary here in Kern County. 1 year ago today, the Borel Fire started tearing through the mountains east of Bakersfield.
What followed was a month and a half of terror as mountain communities watched and waited, hoping their homes would be spared as firefighters battled the raging inferno. It all started the afternoon of July 24th when Keith Lee Mulkey careened off Highway 178 near Democrat Road, crashing his pickup truck into the canyon and catching fire. CHP says he was drunk at the time of the crash, but 1 year later, authorities still haven't said what his blood alcohol level was.
The Borel Fire incinerated nearly 60,000 acres and destroyed more than 230 structures, nearly wiping out the historic community of Havilah. Surprisingly, no lives were lost, but the consequences remain. Dozens of people are still homeless as the recovery continues, and some say they've been couch surfing or staying in hotels for months now. So what exactly happened in the Kern County mountains 1 year ago today? 17's Robert Price picks up the story from there.
The largest wildfire in Kern County history decimated 59,288 acres and convulsed an unknown number of lives. That no one died in the conflagration, not directly anyway, is no small miracle. The fire south of Lake Isabella started exactly 1 year ago, on August 24th, 2024, when a 6 times convicted DUI driver crashed into a hillside, igniting dry brush amid the hottest July on record. Within 8 hours, the blaze had ripped through nearly 1,000 acres. The Borel Fire, named for its point of origin near Borel Road north of Miracle Hot Springs, raged and smoldered for 53 days, forcing the evacuation of 4,000 people and the destruction of 223 structures. 1,500 fire and law enforcement personnel from dozens of agencies, local, state, neighboring state, and federal, worked the front lines, even as wildfires up and down California continued to rage from Eureka to Riverside. The Borel Fire, a swath of incinerated southeast central California, made vulnerable by decades of drought and, these days ever more so, climate change, nearly wiped the historic town of Havilah off the map. Kern County's original county seat, a gold rush town and one-time hotbed of Confederate sympathizers, had been racked by fire before. This time, the fire left little in its wake, and even the hopeful stories of survival, like Curly, the stoic but presumably grateful bull, ultimately had sad endings. Curly was thought to be the only survivor from the Carruthers family's 12-head herd, but in the end, he too succumbed to his burn injuries. Ironically, perhaps the biggest challenge to the primary goal, saving lives,
we're going to need fire,
played out on the third day of the fire when, in the course of trying to roust reluctant residents from their endangered homes, 2 Kern County Sheriff's deputies, a U.S. Forest Service officer, and an unidentified deputy trainee found themselves surrounded by flames at the end of a dirt mountain road.
Car 14, you're sure we can't get out that way?
Positive.
Copy. We're going to need to turn around and just keep going.
They escaped, but just barely, led out by 2 Kern County Fire Battalion chiefs who literally drove through fire to reach them. Now Havilah rebuilds, slowly and painfully, hopefully wiser in the knowledge that wildfire can be unsparing, and it always, always comes back. In Bakersfield, Robert Price, 17 News.